Yeah, I think overall we're still carrying the sting from the other night because, yeah, we're really competitive people here. Um, but if we can kind of let the dust settle and put that emotion aside, also there's an underlying feeling of pride for what we all did. We all worked really hard. We decided who we wanted to be, and we went for it with all the convictions in the world. We stayed consistent in the good times and the bad times, and we won a lot of games right off the bat, and we never gave up. And I think it's important that when I say we, that's every staff member, that's every single player, that's club leadership, that's ownership, and that's Frontera SD, every single season ticket holder who came every single match, anybody who wears any San Diego FC gear with pride, the whole city. I think it was all of us. And I think we've laid a strong foundation with deep roots that we can rely on, not just to have the mentality to come out and try to do it again, but actually to have that mentality to improve, come back stronger, and go for more. And then on a personal level, it's just pure gratitude and pure gratitude to be fortunate enough to be a part of the city, of the region, of the club, to be on this journey with everybody, and a lot of honor that trust has been put in me to help steer the project in a good direction.
What have you been able to learn about yourself, your coaching style, and then moving into next year, which is obviously going to have a season before it, and it's not going to be so new? What are some things that are now known going into year 2 as opposed to year 1?
Yeah, I think trusting instincts is something that I really feel I've grown in terms of the feeling of going for something, your passion, going for it with everything you have relentlessly, for doing it with and for other people, and then also for learning how to let go and ride the waves that life gives you, right? Whether that's good fortune or tougher fortune, and just trusting in the process. And then I think for us, it's staying true to our values in the off season in terms of continuing to be open-minded to get better. That includes me, and continue growing, and to embrace competition and know that next season will provide a whole new challenge where we won't take anybody by surprise, right? Everybody will know what to expect from us, and also a great challenge for everybody to challenge that kind of relentless mindset of like, yeah, but now what? What can we do in the next step?
And having these conversations with the players, wrapping the season up, what are some of the things that for you as a coach, I'm just asking for a wish list, a holiday wish list for Tyler and the team to be able to bring you for next season?
Right now, the focus is just on exiting this season in as clear a way as possible with every player, and then going into a deeper analysis of exactly where does the roster fall. We think we have a lot of really good pieces. We have a really great foundation. The recruitment department and Tyler did a great job from the get-go. We got young guys, we got veteran guys, we got guys that Mark asked the other day. I mean, we had three rookies in the back line. You know what I mean? Duran making his debut. So we have a lot of pieces that we really like, but we're an ambitious club, so we will also make all the efforts possible to improve the roster as well and make it even more competitive, because that's one of the driving forces of who we are.
The element of surprise, as you said, is gone, but how much of an advantage is it to actually have a team that has played together going forward
Yeah.
for next season compared to what you've had to start with?
Yeah, I'll take a year of training and going through the gauntlet with each other over the element of surprise, because obviously our first week of preseason will look completely different because we'll hit the ground running, and we'll have so many guys who have that DNA already soaked into their veins, and we're really excited. That's why we're excited to push this relentless mindset. Right now it's about resting, recharging, getting prepared to arrive in preseason in best conditions possible, and then going for more.
What do you discuss with these guys in their exit interviews that kind of puts a bow on the season and progresses you to your next step forward?
Yeah, first and foremost, it's about hearing from them, getting feedback from them. What was their experience like? We're very fortunate here that we have a culture of communication, so we're in constant communication with them, from them, to them. We also try to set them up with the things that we think they did well from, or how we saw them from a professional standpoint, a great teammate standpoint, performance standpoint, and then we try to give them some clarity in terms of what the future looks like and what we need from them. I mean, we want Irving to play in the World Cup. We want Anders to play in the World Cup. We want all of our guys to play in the World Cup because that is the biggest honor that you can live, is represent your country in a World Cup, especially for Irving on home soil. And what I would say is that we want the same for him. He's under contract and he's with us, and we're happy to have him. But we also want him to play in a World Cup. So. Anything to support him.
And same question, but for Luka, who's in a different situation because his loan is up.
Yeah, same.
He's kind of been out of the picture since he's been out of the lineup here. So.
Yeah, but he in Luka's defense, he wasn't starting towards the end of the season, but he still played really important minutes for us, and he was a massive part of what we did all season. We also, the same for him. We would love for him to be in a World Cup, and. Always going to support these guys however we can to give them the best chances of doing that.
And last thing for me, in terms of just tactical, advancing the tactics next year, what area do you feel like, not specific players, but what area do you feel like you need to sort of take that next step?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's so many. It'll actually come down to kind of prioritizing where we're at, but I think teams are going to be more willing to play us in extremes. So either really, really all-out pressing and seeing if they can gamble. So we're going to need to take the next steps in that, because now everybody will have a full year of film on kind of what we do. And these are very smart coaches and very smart players, and the league will adapt. And so what do the wrinkles look like in that? What kind of next steps we take when we do get high pressed? And then I also think, how do we deal with a low block? A team that maybe drops a little bit lower and chooses to catch us on the counterattack, and how do we create clearer chances while also minimizing the counterattack threat that obviously becomes apparent when you have the ball a lot in the opponent's half.
As a quick follow-up to that, you change the narrative in MLS in so many different ways. And sports are usually copycat leagues. When someone does something, where there was the Chicago Bears defense, everyone started doing it. Run, shoot, so everyone started doing that, spread offenses in football. Do you think you're going to see a little bit of that next year in MLS? Do you think teams are going to see your success and try to appropriate some of your philosophies and ideas?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think what I've always told people who say they like the style of play or this or that, I always tell them it better run deep in your veins, because we take a lot of risk, and it's the amount of risk you have to take, and the amount of composure you have to have, and the willingness for mistakes to follow, and to fall on the sword every once in a while. You got to have thick skin, and you got to be able to bounce back from that. But I, for the sake of football as a fan, I love this kind of football. So I would welcome anybody to play it, and at the same time, I think that you can win so many ways in this sport, and all of them are equally as good and beautiful in their own sense. The more identity every club has in our league, the more competitive the league becomes. I think it's better for all of us. It'll make us get better, which is what we want, but it'll also make the sport grow in the U.S. And I think all of us have a duty, not only to our clubs, but to help grow the sport in the U.S.
Anibal talked a little bit about cultivating a family here in San Diego, and a lot of sports teams say that, but how has it been different here in San Diego, and how do you hope to continue maintaining that kind of family going into a new season with so many different players?
I mean, I wish I could tell you can just see it in the locker room or feel it in the locker room, but you guys aren't there. But we are. And you can tell how every morning everybody embraces each other, that there's a real feeling of care there. But what I can say is you just have to see how Frontera embraced us after a tough loss. And I think it says it all right there, that it's something is developing here that's beyond sport. It's passion, it's compassion, it's love, it's care, it's competitiveness, and it's a reflection of the whole city. And I can't wait to see how all of that continues to develop. Well, I think Tyler and the recruitment staff have done a good job setting up, contract situations so that there's stability in the club. So I'm not too worried about that. And then I think the main thing with the attention is that, listen, when things are quote-unquote good, people lift you up, and when things are quote-unquote bad, people throw you down. And so the most important thing is to stay focused internally on who we want to be and how we want to approach being who we want to be, and just going for it every single day, and then letting life take care of the rest.
We'll go with Tom. Tom, do you hear us? Are you there?
Yes,
Yep.
Coach. You said on Saturday night you want to let the details wait. Now, today on Monday, were you able to break down why the first half went the way it did and what you learned from it?
There's still more details to be unraveled, but what I will say is this. I think my feeling after the game was pretty accurate from watching the game back. I've watched it twice now. I slept good the night of the game because I watched it right away because I had to. But ultimately it was this. We played against a very good team with very good players and a very good coach. Okay. We came out the first half, the first 11 minutes, they were flying. We got caught a little bit by surprise. I think that they also score on the first two big chances that they create, which doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does happen. They throw two punches and they score two goals. After, I think, the 14th minute, you actually see us getting a hold of the game. And I think that we actually start pushing the tempo. We create a really big chance that if you look at our second goal conceded, where it's a bit unfortunate, where we make a clearance, goes off our goalkeeper, goes between our guy's legs, goes in on goal. We have a corner kick that has almost the same result for them, but the ball just trickles out. This is a game of millimeters, and that 1-2 changes the whole perspective of the game. We're still comfortable, I think, at 0-2 because we've done it before, right? And life would have it against a bit the run of the play at that moment. They score 10 seconds before the half ends. It turns a hill to climb into a mountain to climb. Ultimately, though, what I said after still stands. The way we came out in the second half to push the game, to do whatever it took to get back in the game, scoring the 1-3, and then even after the red card, creating 2 or 3 big chances. I think we have 2 chances before the 88th minute to make it 2-3. And then if you make it 2-3 at that point with 6-7 minutes of stoppage time to play, really anything is possible. It just wasn't our day. And that's hard to come to terms with because we're really competitive, and I always take ownership. Like, I'll think about the first 11 minutes for a long time. The most important thing is that we take learnings from this, and that next season we carry this pain as a bit of motivation to get back at it and come back stronger.
Mikey, if I could follow on a general question on MLS economics as they pertain to your ability to win an MLS Cup. Quick context for you, in San Diego, I could give you 3 other prominent teams where the economic system of the league is very distorted, and the San Diego team, by virtue of market size or certain other things, is at a profound disadvantage. MLS, to me, looks like a different deal where you have as much of a fair shot as anyone. But so I would like you to talk to that, but I would also ask you to consider that Miami seems to be able to spend quite a bit more money. And if they go on to win it, and I know Vancouver beat them twice, that's going to be a big topic, that they have a little more, significantly more financial wherewithal reflected in their roster.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Probably more directed towards Tyler after me. What I would say is the most important thing for me as a coach is that the rules and the guidelines are clear. And then I'm sure you've talked to a lot of coaches. Then our mindset is just to do whatever we can within our strategy and those guidelines to give ourselves the best chance. And what we believe is we're trying to make something sustainable where you don't have to blow it up every couple of years. So that's really important. And then we really believe in the power that we can be much greater than the sum of our parts. So we really lean into the fact that our environment, our training, the type of characters and talents that we do bring in have to be where our 1 + 1 equals more than everybody else's 1 + 1. And that's what we strive to do every day. And I think it's a worthwhile adventure to be on.